of, fly right into it. It's always entertaining.
Yeah, we're recording now. And this is how we bumble into the podcast every week. We've decided that that's the best way to go about doing it.
Yeah, we intro music, pain in the ass.
It's just exhausting. It's just, there's stuff to talk about. So, hey, Colleen, since you found this lovely lady who's joining you and me and Ms. Liz Tellemans, who hasn't been here in forever today, why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest today?
Well, we have the founder of Grinky and GrinkyGirls.com photography. I'm going to let her introduce her name because even though we met like 5 minutes ago, we've been emailing it. I suck at names.
I do not judge you. I'm not awesome myself. My name is Christi Williams.
Christi Williams, okay. And one of the things that, we've all talked about a zillion times on the show, and I'm sure the listeners are like, oh my God, body image again, is body image. But I don't care because it almost everything, no matter what we do, comes back around to body image.
People spend so much time worrying about one small perceived flaw or another.
Yeah, and when I saw the photography, and I'm pretty sure a gal I know, privacy, I won't go with her name, did photography through you, and I'm just like, these are amazing.
You can't see it on the podcast, but I'm blushing.
Yeah. and so I saw the let's say the more traditional photography you do, which is wedding and stuff like that, which I thought was incredibly romantic, which is the point. And then I realized, there's sort of an aesthetic here. And then I was, looking around some more, and then I found GrinkyGirls.com. And that is the pinup photography that you do. And I was blown away. And so I'm like, tick, 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 tick. Hi.
And I immediately said yes.
Come visit and talk, please. Because I love photography. I love art. I love all that sort of stuff, but I don't have that eye. So when I see something that makes me go, ooh, I want to talk to that person.
Well, and what's funny too, Christi, you can appreciate this. I love this story about Colleen. And she's got a really cool, just from the pictures that I've seen on Facebook, the decor in her house is just fantastic. But tell her about your naked men quest.
What is this?
Well, what it is I find, that's probably one of the reasons I was so attracted to the site is I find the human figure my favorite art.
Okay.
Some people like landscapes. Some people, anything or still lifes or
It's
whatever.
not easy to draw.
I like the human body. Whether it's so, I have sculpture that is nude or the female figure. And I had some pictures, some artwork of women. But I decided when I got my home and had more space, I wanted to find some male nudes.
Right.
Well, you know how hard it is to find male nudes that aren't 70s porn? I mean, I appreciate a good, but that's not what I want in my home. Yeah. I appreciate a good looking guy, but I want it to be in the same vein of the other stuff that I get. And so it finally ended up finding, it's Osterholm or something. I don't know. It was a South African painter whose work was in a French or a Paris art gallery, and it was I found some pictures I liked. I looked at the prices, and it was original oils, and I finally found these images, and I'm like, it's the first time that I ever wired money anywhere. And I'm like, please understand. And I got it. So now I have the male nudes in my house, and I found Renaissance Festival. I found someone who did male and female nude wall art. I mean, it's more realistic. It's sort of not, I'm not talking Picasso nudes here.
Yeah.
But that's really, so when I'm flipping through the web and I see something that I think, I'm just like, wow. That's what I'm going through there. So that's why I wanted to, have you in to talk about the photography you're doing. And then I found out you've got an event that we can get to because that sounds exciting. But I'm really curious about did you start the pinup photography first and go into the wedding, or where?
I started with weddings.
Okay.
What happened was I lost my point and shoot camera.
A little closer to the mic, sweetie.
Sorry.
Yep, that's okay.
I had lost my point and shoot camera, and we went 6 months without a camera at all.
It's hard for a photographer.
Before I was really, even thinking about being a professional photographer, because I was like, I really want to get a big camera. I really want to do something more special. And my husband's like, you're not going to want to carry that around. And he's wise. I mean, because I am one of those people that buys every single tool before you, really know if you're going to get into it. Because how do you know if you're going to like something until you get the right tools? And finally, his parents bought me a camera because they wanted pictures of the grandkids. And within a month of getting the camera, I was assisting at a wedding. And then there was another wedding. And then after a year, I said, I really like this. So I got serious. There's a local organization, the Twin Cities Professional Photographers Association, who they have cool photographers come in every month and give workshops. And one of them that came in was a boudoir photographer. And a little tiny corner of what she was talking about was pinup. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's like pictures that make people feel beautiful, but that you can show everybody.
Yeah.
And that was huge for me. And also, I love boudoir. And there's, I do boudoir, and there's a ton of amazing boudoir photographers in town. But boudoir is traditionally... like you can be super sexy or maybe laugh a little bit. With pinup, you can be sexy, funny. You can laugh. You can be like angry looking. You can be, because you can make it feel like an old movie. You can make it like you're in a scene. We're always tapping into people's inner actress. Are they suspicious? Are they flirting? Are they? I just feel like there's so much more you can do than
just be sexy.
Because sexy is amazing. Sexy is amazing. It's definitely part of what I totally embrace with the pinup stuff. But I feel like there's so many different aspects to everyone. I like it when people come in and we get a collection of pictures that shows your whole personality. Like everything.
Do people sign up for pinup shoots that have both? Like they might have like a full dress and like a full outfit, and then maybe they do more scantily
sometimes
changes.
Yeah. It's really common. I have some swimsuits. We have some fishnet stockings, and that direction. I would say the majority of the people that come in start off with something that they can put on Facebook.
Yeah.
So you start with the with Rosie the Riveter or a full sort of 40s dress. That. Okay, how do they get into that pose where they're on their back and one leg is up and one leg is curved? Because I was actually trying to do that one.
It's the secret pinup workout.
I could not hold that pose.
You've been practicing. She's been talking about this every week.
I was trying because I was going through there, and I'm like, because there's a lot of different ones where you're sort of up and you're kneeling in that, but the one on the back is
not easy. There's one up kind of on your shoulders and arms too that's even higher that people that have boobs can't really do because they just come up. Right in your face.
That's what I was. Okay, I'm not the hugest woman in the world, but I was noticing, like, how do I get around these? Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't just me. Okay.
No, you're not alone. It's really interesting because a lot of people come in with ideas. I want to do this pose or have this hair or do, and it really. You get a small person. With the legs towards the camera, and it's perfect. You get a really tall person, legs toward the camera. They look like a giraffe. You get someone who's buxom trying to throw their whole body above their head. It looks like they have no neck. And then
you spy that out though, which is the cool thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I do not want every picture to turn out. I'll tell people when they come in, if we don't have some pictures that are immediate deleters, it means you didn't stretch your comfort zone. You're staying with what you're comfortable with. If you nail every picture, it means we're not trying anything new, and we don't want that.
Right.
I want these pictures not to look like your selfies. Selfies are great. I'm not against selfies, but
you're not paying all this money for something you already have.
Right. Yeah. You want something unique. You want something different.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you help them with hair and makeup and all that? Or do they come?
I have the stylist. So
okay. So it's a full service shoot.
It's a full service shoot. I will tell people if it's a budget issue and you're a performer, or if you do yourself pinup every day, then I don't raise a fuss. Some people just know how to do that. Most people...
Oh, we sure want Sarah in.
Yeah, we do have a coworker who's pretty much pinup every day.
Yeah. Some people know their game. It's still, I still think it's more fun to have somebody else do your hair because they'll do it different.
Oh yeah.
But if somebody
and they can see the back.
Always the pragmatist, Liz.
Exactly. Although the back doesn't usually show up in the pictures.
I know, but I'm always like, what does the back look like?
Even with my short hair, sometimes I'm like, that doesn't feel right. I'm trying to figure out.
Is this supposed to be standing straight up like that?
What's going on?
That can't be right.
Well, I have a kind of an off the wall question, but what is Grinky? Where does the term Grinky come from?
That actually has a respectable story.
Okay, let's have her.
Grinky is what my husband called his blankie when he was little. He carried his little Grinky around the house because he couldn't say blanket. And so when I started with photography, there was already a Christi Williams photography out of California someplace. And so I thought, let's think of something new. And Grinky kind of translates for me as thing that I love, because that was the thing that he loved that he'd carry around the house. So it's kind of thing that I love, photography. Later I found out it's somebody's last name, but a lot of people think I'm Christi Grinky. Not. I'm Christi Williams.
Have you ever
with Grinky photography.
Have you ever thought about changing your name?
To Grinky?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if my husband appreciates that.
Well, it's kind of a cool, I knew that there had to be some sort of a story behind it. And then, of course, the way you style your, logo and even this cool little handout that we're going to talk about here in a couple minutes. But I was just dying to know.
I got to tell you about the logo. I got to jump in and tell you about the logo. So I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Poland.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, I have friends there still, and one of them is an architect, and she had designed me a logo when I thought I was going to be a professional quilter.
Okay. You're fun.
I didn't know there was professional quilters.
Oh, it's huge.
I know there's like the finishing people.
No.
That finish
it's a
your
thing.
quilt.
There's designers, there's educators.
Wow.
It's a whole world of, predominantly blue-haired, amazing women that do this thing. And I thought that that's the path I was going to be going on. And so she designed me something that was amazing for that. And when I started photography, I was using that logo, and she noticed on Facebook. And she's like, And so she, from Poland, hired a friend of hers in Poland to design that logo for me that looks like the bottle cap. And I love it. I think it was she just gifted that to me.
Oh, that's nice.
I know.
Yeah.
I get kind of warm and fuzzy every time I think about it.
Yeah. It's so cool. And there's a definite look to it that tells you right away kind of what your style is when it comes to the pinup stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, doesn't it convey, Colleen?
Yeah, because I said, look at that, click. I mean, because it made me click a lot.
That's awesome. Made you click.
Have you seen the videos?
Well, a little bit on one, and I'm going through the stuff, and I'm like, okay, this will be a rabbit hole that I will be on all day long.
Well,
and so I was going through there.
One of them, somebody who came in for pictures, Anissa, wrote a song about how much fun it is to get her picture taken.
Oh, gosh.
Nice.
The girl had never written a song before in her life. And just as a gift to me, she wrote this song, and it has, the melody and the lyrics and everything. And she gave it to me a couple of years ago, and I'm like, we are making a music video. Mm-hmm. And it was this spectacular experience. We had directors and key grips and stylists and competitive dancers and... Now, a million different people, everybody volunteered. Everybody who's involved with it volunteered.
Wow.
And we made this music video. And I went to my favorite restaurant, Marla's Caribbean Cuisine. I love you, Marla. And I said, Marla, you will not believe how nice people are being to me. This person's volunteering. That person's volunteering. They're putting on this whole music video for me. I'm going to feed them. I'm going to feed them your food. And she goes, my treat.
Oh my God. See, I just got goosebumps. That is so cool.
It was amazing. It was just an amazing day. And, even the, what was it, Mounds Theater? I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah,
Haunted
I've been there.
And amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I saw
they gave me the whole day for the price of a half day. I mean, everybody just chipped in. And then Davina and the Vagabonds, local amazing band.
Love.
Mm-hmm. They volunteered. The songwriter wanted to be the singer, so she was the singer. But the rest of the band volunteered that day.
Oh, nice.
I mean, and they're amazing.
They're super good.
They had to, in 4 hours, because that's all the time they had, learn the song. They had to kind of make it up because she had only done the singing part. Yeah. so they had
to write the song.
They had to write the song, record the song, and then fake play it for the video in 4 hours. And they nailed it.
That's amazing.
They nailed it. Yeah, you can totally check out the video.
One of the things I like about the artistic community here in the Twin Cities is that they will help. I mean, you just help someone out.
Yeah,
who's going through there. I mean, and it's not that folks are saying, "Hey, do this for exposure," because there's nothing more nothing more insulting to me than that.
No.
But when folks say, hey, this person is cool and I want to help them, or let's do this together, or let's collaborate, that's a whole separate universe. And that happens so much here.
I will never ask somebody to do something for free. But man, if they volunteer.
And it's probably because you have that attitude that they offer. Yeah. The people that expect it, then it doesn't feel fun to give, when it's like that. But no, that is a great story. I love that. Yeah. Well, so I'm sure you must have, obviously, the website, because that's how Colleen found you, but you must have a massive word of mouth, sort of. That's how people find you, or?
A lot of times it's word of mouth. When I started out, it was primarily the stylists that helped me out. They would have their network of people, and they're like, "Ooh, I want to do this kind of hair. Let's help Christi find some people so that I can do this hair." And then that kind of escalated. One of my favorite marketing things is my calendar contest. Have you guys heard about that at all?
No.
Everybody who comes in is automatically entered into a calendar contest.
Oh, fun!
And every 3 months. It's just basically a Survey Monkey thing, and I'll break people down for the 3 months, and you vote for your favorite girl. And so to win, you get all your friends and family to vote. And then at the end of the year, I have this amazing calendar. And what we do is we take the winners and we do some graphic design work that makes it look like an old school men's magazine cover.
Oh my gosh.
Fun. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. They'll put on sayings like, I don't mind the ride. It's the jerks. Or,
kind of like those magnets, and then the stuff that you find on Facebook that are those hilarious sayings.
Oh yeah, it's like that. It's like that, and
what I'm saying here is like someone comes in and they're unsure, and then like 3 months later they're showing their picture to everyone saying vote for it. I mean, I mean the progression from I'm uncomfortable with my thighs to that. That's amazing.
Well, and it's interesting you say that about it. That I'm uncomfortable with my thighs. What I find most interesting, or one of the many things I find interesting, is it's predominantly your size 6 people that have a problem with their thighs. They're just like, oh, can you edit this? And I'm like, honey, you got nothing there to edit. Yes, I will. If you think
the thigh gap, they're just obsessed with the thigh gap, right?
I just feel bad because you get these just gorgeous women in, and all they can do is see their flaws.
Yeah.
And it's a big part of what we do throughout the session is this. A person walks in my door, and the first thing I do is I kind of look them up and down. I'm like, she's got gorgeous eyes. She's got a fun smile. Oh, she's got a big personality. We're going to get her to make some good expressions, or,
right.
We figure out what their greatest assets are. And that's the first thing I see is I'm kind of working them over in my mind for like, their awesomeness, and then they'll go through the hair and the makeup, and we're having this hour and a half to kind of chat and get to know each other. And they're like, oh, can you make sure this doesn't show or that doesn't show? And I'm like, oh, honey.
Don't worry.
What happens? What are the reactions when they see the pictures? We touched on a little bit before we clicked the on button, and I thought that was fascinating.
It's pretty great. I'm not going to lie. One of my favorite parts is that some photographers, you don't see the pictures until you come back from for a preview or whatever. Yeah. But I am not about that because I'm all about immediate gratification.
I like it.
And so we take pictures and we look at them right away. And my favorite is when people cry.
Oh,
I get a lot of people who have never had their picture professionally taken, or maybe have never had their hair and makeup done by somebody who's like really awesome. And so sometimes people will come in and it's just heartwarming. And the majority of the time people are coming in with their buddies. And so you know what it's like when you get your girlfriends together. If you've got a new dress or whatever, even a new lipstick shade, people are like, oh my God, you look amazing. And so it's a massive female bonding awesomeness.
Yeah, that sounds fun. So what kind do people have occasions? I mean, what prompts people to, decide that they want this done?
I've had people come in for, hitting their 30 or 40. I've had families come in. I had an 86-year-old woman come in with her daughter-in-law and granddaughters, and we did a tea party. I had somebody my youngest was 9 days old. We did her up like a mermaid.
It
was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. A lot of times people come in for ladies' night out or bachelorette party. Sometimes people, I had somebody come in after a rough breakup.
Yeah.
I had somebody
that would
come
be a good
in
one.
at the beginning of a weight loss journey because she said she wanted both her before and her after picture to look awesome.
That's really cool.
I was super impressed with her, and we took a picture of her with a giant donut. And she nailed it. She like went to town, and she used that as her profile picture for a long time. She was a blast. She was like, you know what? I look awesome now, but for health reasons, I'm going to lose weight. So let's just boom, show it off.
Yeah.
You know, before you brought that up, the breakup one, I was just sitting here thinking that, you know, there's obvious occasions that you might want to either give this as a gift or go do it, you know, like, you know, I just got engaged or I turned 40 or if you're like me, you're about to turn 50 or something like that. But the thing that I think would be really cool, I think it'd be a great gift for somebody who, you know, is not feeling so great. To
I remember not too long ago, a sister brought her other sister in because she was just feeling down about herself. I had a family drive from North Dakota. It was the daughter's 16th birthday. And so it was the mother, the two daughters, and the aunt that all came in together. And it was really early on. And, you know, photography is kind of expensive. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not JCPenney's stuff we're talking about.
No.
There's some work here.
There's a lot of time involved. There's a lot of hidden costs that people don't know about. And it was but I'm cheap, you know, and I'm a thrift shopper. And so like money means something to me and I understand about it. And this woman came in and she was paying for all four of them. Her daughter wanted like 20 extra images and it was, you know, it was kind of adding up and I was a little self-conscious, you know, as a person who's cheap saying, hey, here's how much that is for all these things that you want. And I like kind of pulled her aside. I'm like, hey, I totally understand if you want to not take some of these pictures. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, I was really self-conscious. And she shut the door because we had a separate door in that studio. And she pulled me aside and she's like, you know what? And she started crying. And she's like, you do not know what you've done for my daughter. She has always had self-esteem issues. And you were worth every penny. And she was crying. I was crying. We were hugging. You know, it was just like... You know, she was like a size 14, 16-year-old. You know what I mean? Like she had gotten teased.
Never felt pretty in her life.
Yeah.
And you really don't want the first guy that she meets to do that for.
Yeah.
You know? Because that's a whole nother...
Yeah, you gotta feel confident in yourself. Don't rely on the other person, which is not, like I said, getting back to the whole body image that you have, being comfortable with you for you, so you can put yourself out there.
Yeah.
I'm going through there.
Yeah.
I know. So I see, you know, the wedding, and that, like I said, I was looking at the wedding photography, and I could sort of see a little bit of the tradition. I don't want to say traditional, but there's a little bit of the pinup aesthetic there, a little, you know, going through, you know, it's going through. There was a certain age, and that's what got me to the other thing. And then when we were talking beforehand, I find that you're not only doing photography now, you've branched out into events. Well, how do you go from that to
events?
I'm getting too far away from here because I'm trying to like read this and talk at the same time without taking my glasses off and
just
feeling
have a
old.
bite of the microphone.
Yeah, but I see the Grinky Circus. I mean, where does that fit in with everything that you're doing?
Well, officially, I'm not an event person, but I have this idea that my photography is what's called event-based photography. Nobody really needs pinup pictures. I mean,
I beg to differ.
Well, I love you for that. I love you for that. Please spread that word out everywhere.
Okay.
But it's something. It's more of an activity. People go for the experience of it. So it's not the end. The pictures are a byproduct of the time we're spending together.
Yes.
The time where, you know, it is my entire job to remind you how awesome you are.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to find clothes that make you look awesome. We're going to get hair and makeup that makes you look awesome. And then I'm going to be showing you how to pose and, you know, do stuff to hopefully make you feel your best. And that's hard to advertise for because you can't take a picture of something and say, this is what I do and put it in a newspaper and have it be obvious. So last year I had a grown-up prom. And this year I'm trying out a circus because people thought they needed a date to prom. And the idea is that it's non-traditional marketing. What I want is for people to come here. I want them to associate me with fun and then come in and hang out with me.
And meet you and
meet me. Yeah. So the idea with the circus is this, I just want people to know that I am somebody who wants to hang out with them.
I've never heard anybody say anything like this when it comes to their business before. I think this is the first. This is so interesting.
Honestly, I do this just as a way to meet people. I end up spending so many. We'll hang out for an hour after the shoot because every time somebody comes in, I'm like, oh, you're my new best friend. Oh, you're my new best friend.
So scheduling can be difficult.
It is. It's really, honestly, I try to charge, but I don't make that much money because I just want to hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I do know is that for what I don't underestimate, all artists I know tend to underestimate their art. So you should make sure.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, but it's not one of the funniest things I ever heard is think of the most outrageous price you'd ever think about something and then put a 0 on the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But I want people to be able to come in and meet me. I want to hang out with everybody.
So what's going to be going on with the Green Key Circus?
Oh, I'm super excited about it.
Okay.
This October 8th, Saturday, October 8th at Harriet Brewing, the Minneapolis Beard and Mustache Club and Harriet Brewing and I are throwing a circus. There's going to be the Fendazi Fire Circus is going to be there, which Brett from that performance group is in the Guinness Book of World Records twice for his fire breathing and fire eating, I think it is.
Fun.
And
I love fire.
there's going to be a kissing booth where the proceeds go to People and Pets Together. Have you heard about this organization yet?
No, but we're pet people here.
Yeah.
We are pet people. Good. It is the first food shelf in the nation directed for pets.
No, I think I did.
Because how many people?
Yeah.
And there's I don't know if it's 7 or 9 locations locally, and so we're having a kissing booth, partially staffed by people, partially staffed by pets.
Oh, nice.
That is going to be the donation proceeds are going to go to People and Pets Together.
Oh, nice.
There's going to be contests all day. There's a pinup contest. There's people are bringing their pets dressed as circus animals.
Sweet.
I understand somebody might even be bringing a chicken, which really
fun.
Eat a chicken.
yeah. So
Chicken on a leash. That would be
Perfect. Fantastic. With a little spiky collar.
Would you then go get a chicken sandwich? And eat it in front of the chicken?
I might eat it a couple tables away. I might be a couple tables away. But the Minneapolis Beard and Mustache guys, it's kid and pet friendly up until 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said 8 o'clock. I guess because the sun goes down.
That's
we don't know
bedtime.
about the poop thing.
Bedtime, right?
But the Beard and Mustache guys are going to have a strongman mustache contest. They're having. Have you ever heard of freestyle mustache or freestyle beard?
Oh, yeah. Where
It's all loopy around and looking crazy.
Yeah.
They're going to have a circus themed freestyle
that's fun.
Beard contest.
They're
going to have a bearded lady contest.
Ooh, I was a bearded lady last year. Our on a side note, our Crypticon room was carnival themed, and I was the bearded.
So you already
lady.
have your outfit, is what you're saying?
I have my beard. Oh my god,
That's
it was
fantastic.
the funnest. It was really fun being a bearded lady.
There's another contest called Whiskerina, which is kind of more targeted towards the female identifying people. And this is open. I mean, we really struggled with how to make this inclusive and non-offensive because I've got plenty of gender fluid friends that, I didn't want to offend with a bearded lady or Whiskerina thing. And so we talked to a couple people just to make sure things are worded. You can sign up for whichever one you identify with.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome. Everybody's
my
welcome.
husband's got a good beard going on.
Awesome.
Well, it's weird.
And I, on the other hand, worked really hard not to have a beard.
Yeah.
The joy of my genetic heritage is way too much fur. I would have one hell of a goatee and a neck beard. No. Laser is my friend.
Another thing that's happening is there's an amazing local artist, Nancy Coolidge, who worked with an Albanian artist to paint a backdrop for a photo booth, and there'll be kids games, and there'll be music all day, and there's food trucks, including Betty Dangers and the Sugar Shack. And,
nice, yeah.
And of course, excellent beer.
And oh my god, the beer!
Because
And Harriet's nice. Yeah, Harriet's really awesome.
They're good people. They've been
My
really
husband
nice.
influenced them.
Is that true?
He judged one of their early beers, and he at a homebrew club meeting, and gave him really good advice on his beer.
Well, that's fantastic.
So yeah, we're fans of Harriet Brewer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't actually drink beer, which is funny for someone partnering with a brewery.
Yeah,
So they're making me my own pop.
Oh, nice.
There's going to be Grinky Circus pop. I know. I'm just so excited. I'm already okay, I need to set money aside because I want
good
a
for the
case
kids
of this.
too.
Yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah,
that sounds like fun.
I'm back to drinking beer, so this is good.
Please come and buy a lot of beer because Harriet Brewing has been awesome to me.
Oh yeah, no,
it's a nice area too. They have a huge lawn and a giant parking lot. I mean, it's a lot of space.
We're taking over all that space for the circus.
It's really nice.
It's really, and one thing to keep in mind is parking, but we're going to have, there's actually a website, grinkeycircus.com, and we're just finalizing the details on parking information because there's going to be a partnership with Lyft because they have the mustaches on front.
Oh, yeah.
And right across the street, there's a nice ride stop that they're going to have a higher rotation on.
Okay.
Cool. They're working with some of the local businesses to get permission to park in their lots. They're block and a half from the light rail, the buses, all that stuff.
It's a great location.
That's all going to be up on the website, and otherwise it's street parking. So
it's not. I mean, if
it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Blocks, it's not that bad.
No,
I'm sure the neighbors don't like it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they're used to it by now. Well, hey, you live in the city. I live in the city. You know how it works.
Yeah.
I live right near high school. I know how it works.
Yeah. Every once in a while, it's tricky.
Yeah.
Christi, we'll put this on the Great Northern Sexcast Facebook page, and obviously I'll mention it here, but what is your official photography website?
I have two.
Okay.
The Pinup website is grinkeygirls.com, GRINKIE girls.com, and the weddings is grinky.com.
Okay.
Nice and simple.
Somebody flew me to South Africa last year.
For a wedding?
For a wedding. It was phenomenal.
That would not suck.
And the year before, I got to go to India.
Whoa.
I know. But nobody locally knows I do weddings. It's crazy.
What is the budget for that? Like for that kind of wedding, that's crazy.
Well, for my sister's wedding and for my sister's wedding we had a band and she got married in Jersey, and my dad really liked the band, so he flew the band in from Jersey to here for my brother's wedding. And I always tell my parents that I saved them a fortune by never marrying.
No, I mean that's all.
But the thing is that look, you may not remember the food, but you've got pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, that.
Oh, yeah. I always say the one thing you spend money on is your photographer.
You guys could say that like 500 times, and I would not.
Because in the end, all you have is your pictures. You know?
Yeah.
The day goes by too fast for you to remember everything that happens.
Oh, and
you can't be every place at once, and just having things documented. I mean,
and putting the cameras on the tables, people take naughty pictures. I have, granted,
bad pictures.
I do work at Fantasy Gifts, but I do have penis drawings in my guest book. So I can only imagine what kind of pictures I would have received if I'd put cameras on all the tables.
Nice.
Yeah. No. Nice. Like I said, I mean, the pictures I've always, like I said, I get pictures done of my daughter. There's a local place that I've gone since she was 2 now, because I'm like, I can't do this. Yeah. People think they can.
It's a lot of work.
People think they can do that. No.
Yeah.
Very few people can.
Something I really want to do. My kid's like 5, so he's at that, if I wait too long, he's going to be awkward teenager. So I have to get in there soon. While he's still, cheeked. Little chubby cheeks, little kid.
It's fun to go to a photographer that will play with the kids and get them in natural smiles and all that. I mean, I just feel like capturing their personality is so much more exciting than just capturing them. His school picture last year was so bad.
School pictures are the worst.
I kicked it. I was like, I really need to sign him up for the retake day, and I didn't, and I really kicked myself. I was like, why did I just pay all that money for these pictures that I can't stand? I'm like, who is this child? He had on the word this fakest smile. I'm like, it's just really bad.
That's why it takes more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You want to get to know the kid. Yeah. You want to, have a chance for them to have a good time. And it should be fun for the kids. One of the things I'll tell you, or anybody who's listening, if you're taking your kids in for pictures, don't tell them they're going to get their picture taken. Tell them they're going to meet a friend of yours to play games.
She's very serious. The look on her face.
Yeah, I'm super serious. People, listen to me.
I think that totally makes sense.
Set the kids up for success.
As soon as I tell my kid to smile, he gives me the
fuck you face.
What is that? That is not a smile. Can you just be natural, please?
My kid already hates me as soon as I tell him he has to wear his handsome clothes. So, set them up to have a good time.
Well, how long does it normally take to, let's say, if you're shooting a wedding, do they have you for the whole day? I mean,
I prefer they get me for the whole day. I mean, there's different packages, different options. Okay. But what I want to do is I want to show up when they're about half done getting ready.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants their picture taken when they don't have their makeup on yet. I mean, those pictures just aren't what people want.
Yeah. But makeup done, hair not.
Like just the finishing touches on a couple things, just a couple symbolic pictures of them getting ready. And then, I love it when I can do a first look before the ceremony, before the makeup has had time to run or she's cried because she got emotional from getting married. And then, running around with the bride and groom beforehand. And then, the ceremony, great. You get the pictures of the ceremony. That's not the part I'm excited about. I'm excited about having the bride and groom to myself.
Yeah.
And then the reception. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. Because I've noticed that, I saw a wedding happening over at the Rose Garden the other day, and there must have been the bride and the groom, and there had to be at least a dozen attendants on both sides.
Those plus weddings are crazy.
Plus the fact that there were at least 5 or 6 little girls in little matching white dresses, and all the girls were like underage 6. And I'm like, how in the world do you wrangle that?
I had a bachelorette party the night before her wedding, and she had 12 attendants and like 3 junior brides, bridesmaid, a flower girl, and she was doing her flowers when the party was over, and I was like, why are you doing this tonight?
That's a lot.
I think she fell asleep at some point. I mean, I was like, bride, just slow down, relax.
So I just want to let everybody know, I want to reset Christi here. Christi Williams from Grinky, and it's Grinky Photography and grinkygirls.com for the pinup. We'll put all this information out there and hopefully a link on the Facebook page too, because that's where everybody finds us. So we'll make sure that Christi knows. And Colleen, we had the Olympiad show at the beginning of the Olympics. I think it was just you and me that day, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, the Olympics are now over, and please, can we put a moratorium on Ryan Lochte? I just don't care. But the one thing that is Great Northern Sex Cast worthy that I forgot to add to the outline until this morning that has to be mentioned on this show.
Yeah, okay.
The Japanese pole vaulter who got his wiener caught on the bar.
Oh my God.
Did you guys see that?
That was awful. I felt so bad.
Christy saw it.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Did his pants come down?
No. But he goes over and his penis was sticking out, and that's what hit the bar.
I can't imagine. And I don't even have a penis in that.
And it's right there. I mean, the camera. You cannot miss it.
That disqualifies him, doesn't it?
Well, it knocked the bar off. Yeah, he didn't qualify.
Right.
Yeah, but it was his penis that got in the way.
Oh.
Well, and so now at least he can run around.
He was so excited to be there.
Well, and he could just say, "My dick is too big. I might not have qualified, but I have a huge dick."
Okay, next time, do you think he's going to tuck?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
How would you? I mean, don't you have to be able to? I don't
know. Or he's going to wear a dance belt, something. I don't know, but it's very obvious what hit the bar.
Oh yeah.
It looked very uncomfortable,
and you feel so bad for him, and it's like, oh, there it is,
because it's all over the internet now. Because
he's going to get some ladies,
Yeah, that's not.
I mean, years ago the camera angles weren't that good. All this sort of stuff, it wasn't repeated. It just would have been his.
I'm not sure if the Japanese are known for large.
Well, he is now.
Yeah,
but he would have been. He just would have hit the bar. That would have been it. And now, it's this guy's penis.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing. But it was
high-def television.
Well, one of the things I really liked about, sexism aside,
and there was a lot
on this. Yeah, we've gone past that. Was just all the different body images that there were. I mean, men and women. The wrestlers versus the gymnasts,
heavyweight lifters.
The woman that won the shot put. I mean, this was the pictures of Simone Biles next to some of the other contestants were just like, here are humans. Humans are amazing.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I'm attracted to the human image.
Yeah.
So I don't really care about sports, but I loved the images.
So you watch a lot of beach volleyball then?
I don't have regular TV anymore, so I don't.
It's whatever they show clips of.
Ye old internet. Hey, this is cool. Hey, look at this picture.
My favorite meme was they should put one average person in every race.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So you can see how awesome they were. I went to a pole performance over the weekend. I was like, they really should. They had 2 poles. I'm like, they should have one person on the other pole who's never pole danced trying to And then
I tried that this weekend for the first time. It's not my sport.
No, and they make it look so easy. That's the problem, and then that if you even attempted half of what they're doing, you'd be
it's
on your face. Yeah,
it's hard.
We need to hook you up with another friend of the show, Miss Angie. She's a pole instructor.
Oh yeah,
and she's super fun, and she runs events that have to do with pole, and she teaches all levels. And
she runs the Minnesota pole competition.
Yeah,
I had taken a class at Expertise, and they're pretty great too.
I think that's where Sweet Pea works.
That is
with her twerking class.
I'm pretty sure that I used to shake my ass pretty good when I used to go out dancing, but I don't shake it that way. I look at that and I go, how does that work?
You just need to take the class.
Obviously.
Right?
Yeah, just embarrass the shit out of my kid. That would be spectacular. Is this
it's
right?
worth it right there.
Oh, take it together.
I'll give you $1.
You should take it together. So it happens all the time.
While we're staying international, I found two things out of Sweden that I just had to throw out there, you guys. So, I'm always fascinated with what the Nordic bloc is doing. Like they just have different ideas about government and societal things or whatever. So they just released the annual, and it's called the Klädesskolan, which literally means condom check. And this is done by the Swedish Association for Sexuality Education. No joke. Okay. And so it was a survey of many 4,260 Swedish, Norwegian, Finn, and Danish people from the ages of 15 to 65. 44% described themselves as satisfied with sex lives, but a full third, 31, said they were not. So now they're looking at, because of this, and the actual health minister there is saying, hey, we're not having enough sex. Like, no joke. This is a cabinet position over there. Yeah.
So they're talking, they're actually talking about sex in a positive manner.
Through the government, through the government education.
I'm just trying to get this, into my head.
And they feel that 31% of the population unsatisfied with sex is not a good number.
Right. So they're not happy with this.
How is the government going to increase the sex satisfaction?
Well, they're going to do a study. They're going to do a study. And they said it's been a whole 20 years since they did an in-depth study, interesting choice of words, of the sex habits of the Scandinavian countries. So they think it's time for another survey so that they can figure out what's going on in their society.
Government-sponsored vibrators. Like everyone in the country gets a silver bullet and a bottle of lube.
Are you planning to? What is it when you start another store?
Branch out. Try to go to Norway. Try to get that government contract.
Now, hey, local politicians, are you listening? Because here, sex is normal, and body,
and it's positive. And Norway, it's dark, so they deal a lot with depression and all that. So they actually, they pay their citizens to go on vacation and stuff.
Oh, wow. God. That would be so lovely.
Everybody just goes,
you get a moment of silence for the beautiful country.
Well, it's like really Alaska. They have 20 hours of darkness or something for half the year. So they have high depression rates and stuff. So they pay them to the middle of winter to go to the south somewhere.
That would be lovely.
Wouldn't it?
So, Colleen, I saw this and I thought of you.
Oh,
okay. So this was in local news in the Northern California Bay Area.
Okay.
And the headline on this obituary was "Sex Pioneer Joni Blank dies at the age of 79 in Oakland." Now, here's her claim to fame. Check this out. And I'm not slamming her at all. It's just there's an amazing parallel here. She started Good Vibrations. It's a store. Yep. And she 40 years ago. And at a time when she said it wasn't just retail, it wasn't just fun, and it wasn't just about pleasure. It was a lot of people getting access to what they need and learning about sexuality. And Fantasy Gifts is almost 40 years old.
Yes, we are, let's see, sometime late 79, 80. So we're in our, 36th, 37th year. My dad, it depends on when you talk to my dad about when he says Fantasy Gifts started. But I know that we had different incarnation stores, but sometime in the fall of 1980 is when we opened up Fantasy Gifts on E-Block.
Show
if I could figure out the old Donahue show, because that's really what did it.
You should definitely start planning for some kind of 40-year celebration.
Maybe I'll need your help, because we did an event and it was okay.
We'll see if I can get people to show up to the circus before we talk about how great I am at planning events.
Grinky Circus, October 8th. Mark your calendars.
Because we tried to do a big thing at the store, and my food truck got screwed up, and this is going on. And I'm just
I think we have to have performers that bring their own I mean, the more people you have,
and invite, and
yeah, they bring their, and then word of mouth kind of spreads out from there.
Yeah, but we've always been pretty, I've got the stores; they're in the suburbs, and you go shopping there. But I've never been like people still want their privacy. It's the Midwest,
yeah.
So showing up at a fantasy gifts event, I know there might be a. Someone else that has a smaller event, but just coming to fantasy gifts,
it's gonna be a cover.
The difference
is gonna be like they're there for something else.
The virtual brown paper bag.
Yes, exactly. They're there for something, and it just happens to be the fantasy gifts birthday party. But they're there for something else.
It could be a burlesque thing. There's a big burlesque community here that could be.
We had Queenie. Do a burlesque event at one of our stores.
We did a how-to.
I love her. Yeah. She's one of my girls.
Yeah, she's super nice.
I do it that way.
So you got to be thinking about that. It's around the corner.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because currently, right now, until they're all gone, I'm stuffing. I mean, just a small little thank you, anniversary present, because I always consider August our anniversary month. You go shopping at the stores, and we'll just stuff a $5 off coupon for your next visit in. Just thank you, because it's sort of like, here's $5. And I know they're working, because I did explain that it doesn't work on that one. I mean, this is marketing. It's to get you to come back.
Yeah, I know. Like I get that all the time. Like we do events, we pass out coupons. Can I use that here? Well, then I would just have it 15% off. The point is that you take the coupon and you come again.
Yeah.
And with you guys, that's definitely a possibility.
Yes.
So you guys, really quick on a serious note, do you remember the horrible case of the Stanford swimmer that got a ridiculous sentence for sexual assault?
6 months? And most of it was
for 2 years minimum. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that Judge Aaron Persky, who's facing a recall effort as a result of that particular sentence, had another sexual crime come before his court, and he's recused himself. I think that was smart. Yeah. This one...
honestly, the whole thing sucks, but the fact that he did this meant that possibly... two things are happening. One, it's bad PR and he knows he can't do it. Or maybe, just maybe, he may have learned something. Yeah. And personally, being a fairly positive person, I would like to think... that maybe he learned something.
Yeah, well, as a judge, he can't admit he was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Didn't that basically just happen again with another case?
Yeah, I think I heard that he didn't want to ruin his college.
Yeah. Oh,
so he didn't get anything, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets frustrating, but it gets out there.
Well, we do live in a rape culture, so, I mean...
Yeah, and I think once people, it's a little bit, and, and generally humans go forward. I mean, we're still not using stone tools in most places. Yeah. So we go forward to the point where people can, there's some bad crap, but for the most part, I think people go forward. I saw on the way in here last week, I saw an accident. And everyone, male, female, all different colors, all different sizes, everyone have just zoomed into this car where this woman was just to make sure she was okay. Another gal got there, I did the thing where I yelled at anyone, call 911, because that thing where you think everyone else called?
Yeah,
so that's the one thing I know. And it wasn't much I could do. It looked like everyone was fine. The gal did not speak English as her main language, but somebody else came up and could speak that language. So at that point, I'm done with what I need to do.
Yeah.
But what I saw around me was,
everybody stepping up.
Everyone, because it's right at 26th and Blaisdell, which means every color, every size. There were like big guys doing that. Do I need to move things thing? Should
I pick up car?
Yeah, because maybe I'm reading into it, but they were big guys and we're sort of there and they're talking to each other and they're looking because maybe...
Do I need to pull the door off?
Yeah, is something on fire?
That kind of makes me weepy. I like hearing stories like that.
It was a good thing.
Yeah.
And so there's a bunch of crap, and then you see this, and you go, there's what really happens.
I had a kind of a beautiful moment. I shot a wedding earlier this summer. It was both the bride and groom were black. The bride's parents, one was black, one was white, and so the crowd there was mixed. Mm-hmm. And when the maid of honor got up to give her speech, she actually started crying when she was talking about, hey, I'm looking around this room and we are it's such an honor to be here when all this stuff is going on in the news about race relations, and here everybody is together and enjoying each other and just feeling blessed. I was just like, yes, this is exactly what I want more of.
Yeah. Well, it is the future.
It was a really neat moment.
Yeah, that's very cool. So I'm just going to be, the typical person that I am on the show and turn to something else sophomoric, if that's okay. Because I don't know where to go. I can't follow that.
Yeah,
so let's talk about a guy that got arrested in Ohio for having sex with a van. Wanna?
Tailpipe?
Huh? No, the grill. The grill.
Christi, you would think that, mind you, this would be unique, and no, it's not.
Christi, it happens more than you'd like to admit.
Usually it's the tailpipe, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, this one.
What you can't see is this stun. I can't. How do you?
Yeah, they really love their cars. They really.
No, this is somebody else's car. So
nice.
So there's a great line.
Oh.
There's a great line here. Because the owner, after the incident, the van was spared, any further abuse. The owner was contacted and was unaware that anything had been going on. But this woman saw this guy, this 35-year-old guy. He was only wearing a pair of black shorts and black shoes. And this woman said he pulled down his pants and put his genitals in the front grill of a red van parked on the side of the street. And then she didn't know what to do. And then he finally finished whatever it was he was doing and went over and passed out on the yard. And she's like, okay, I'm going to have somebody come scoop him up.
Yeah. So he was drunk.
Yep. Appeared to be intoxicated.
So he was rubbing himself up against the grill.
Well, we don't. I'm sure she wasn't that close to find out, but who
can't
knows?
really stick it into a grill.
I don't know. Some of those
knows? Maybe there's a hole.
I don't know, but it can't be. There's sharp edges.
Oh, well, thank you. That's what I was saying.
Well, the tailpipe has got sharp edges too.
Yeah.
But.
No, it is fascinating how many. As far as I know, no woman's ever been arrested by somehow having a sex with a gear shift.
But that's inside a car, so maybe you just don't see it.
It could be, but the guys do. It is fascinating, and what's actually also fascinating is that it wasn't Florida.
I know.
Because you do know that it just seems to be the thing that in much more warm weather areas, it's just, I think there's just more outdoor shenanigans.
Yeah.
But,
they're outdoor more often.
I love the word shenanigans.
I do love the word shenanigans.
They're scantily clad and outside more often. Yeah.
Perfect. One other one, and since we've got a group of ladies here, I think this is a perfect story because we're running out of time here. Comfy Balls. Have you guys heard of it?
Nope.
It's a line of men's underwear. Okay.
Oh, you think I would?
Yeah, and it's from Norway. But here's the thing. He tried to register Comfy Balls as men's underwear here at the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office.
I think I may have run across this.
And they wouldn't let him because they said it was vulgar because it's men's underwear. So here's what he did. The workaround is he registered it as women's line. It's okay to have a female line of underwear called Comfy Balls, but not men's. So he's here in the United States with a trademark for a line of underwear that he doesn't have. And he's registered this successfully in 22 other countries.
So do you think he's then going to sue them because they let him register it for women's underwear? So they're going to sue them for gender bias?
No. I would just have women's underwear designed for those who like men's underwear.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's out there.
Yeah.
I don't think wear men's underwear.
Just buy men's underwear.
Yeah, because I know that we've got I run across some fairly high-end stuff, and that's not, we have a much more mid-range customer. I mean, we could sell a few pieces,
I mean, the rodeo is essentially men's underwear for women. Right. It just has a little extra bit on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's for
a little strap on, so you can
ring.
But otherwise, it's really just men's underwear for women.
Oh, it is
so it's men's underwear without. It doesn't have the pouch, but otherwise it's still styled the same.
Yeah.
Briefs and boxer shorts,
Going through there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't believe from the tone of this that he's trying to do that. He just wants to market his stuff here. I don't think he's really interested in getting in a big.
Well, I have not seen him at the International Lingerie Show, so I don't know.
So you go to an international lingerie show.
I do every year.
Do they have like Victoria's Secret kind of people?
Well, no,
around?
Victoria's Secret's not there because they're not a manufacturer. They private label.
But do they have like?
They have
models walking
yes.
around.
Oh yeah,
and the male models get the most
attention.
The female models everyone ignores, and they look at them like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you look cold."
Because
they do. They all look incredibly cold.
They're in these massive, convention areas, and those are never.
Yeah, they keep those
and
like ice
they're
boxes.
so thin.
Yeah,
there's they just look cold.
No actual padding.
Whereas
Poor things.
the men, I had one. This one guy was like, "Oh, do you have to watch what you eat and work out a lot?" And he's like, "No, this is how I look naturally." And I'm just like, no.
Hey, I've got a couple of sporty friends who because they're ridiculously sporty, but
no, this guy was beefy.
Oh,
no, that's not natural.
No, you have to do something.
You
for
have
that
to do
one.
something. Don't tell this poor man that you do nothing. That's just cruel. You know.
I know, the poor dude. Well, and it's one other hilarious thing. I guess the U.S. Patent Office did run into an issue. I did not realize this, but Ben & Jerry's did a Sweaty Balls ice cream.
Oh no!
Based on the Saturday Night Live.
I remember that.
Oh my God, which was one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen.
They are honestly the nicest guys ever. I just have to say.
You got to meet them?
I did. They did a Bernie Sanders rally and they brought free ice cream. It was amazing. They were the nicest. They were serving ice cream themselves. They literally had chocolate ice cream all over their coats because it was like January.
Perfect.
And they were the nicest guys ever. I don't think they really work there much anymore.
No, they're brand ambassadors. I'm sure they go around and do that. It's
just the fun part.
Yeah.
They can just do whatever part they want.
They can hire people to do the other parts.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
But they're super fun guys. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Christi, we are so excited that you were able to come in, and we hope actually that you'll come back, especially if you're doing any more things like a Grinky Circus. That's a perfect excuse for you to reach out to the Great Northern Sexcast and let us know that you have some stuff that you want to come and talk about. But you really sort of fit along with so many of the things, wouldn't you say, Colleen, that we talk about here regularly?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd love to talk to a success story.
Yeah.
Someone
maybe bring a client sometime
who wasn't feeling great about themselves and then had a photography session and is like, oh, that was amazing. And life has changed because of it. That would be really fascinating to hear.
No. I've had people tell me things. I'll put a note out.
Yeah. See what you can do. And so we'll put all of your information up on the Great Northern Sexcast Facebook page. And Colleen, just real quick, what's going on? I mean, we're almost ready for another newsletter. Is there something that people need to be watching for?
I do need to write one of those, don't I?
Yeah.
Which wasn't on my list. Well, we've got a new line of rechargeable toys that came in.
The Not Alone line.
And the hysterical thing about this is that they're great toys, but they do have some touch technology and stuff. So we're learning ourselves how to use them so that we can show other people. Because honestly, the packaging doesn't do what needs to be done. So
sometimes they're from foreign countries, and so the English is a second language.
Okay, have you ever been to the website English?
No.
It's funny.
It's where people have messed up their signs and stuff. It's hysterical.
Yeah. No, and then so we've got that. So those will be going out to the stores soon, so we can go through there. Okay. We have getting ready for Crypticon. Yep. So that's going to be happening. And we're doing
graveyard theme this year. Yeah, I'm trying to work in AstroTurf. It's just fascinating. I keep getting outvoted.
Yeah. So that's always fun. It's at a new hotel this year because, of course, the Thunderbird doesn't exist anymore. Weird. I know it's not called the Thunderbird, but we all know it's the Thunderbird. It's
going to be really weird. All the party rooms are on the 12th floor. Huh. I don't really know how this is going to work with smokers. We'll see.
And we're getting ready for, and then on a really non-sexy side, Fantasy Gifts is going to join this century, and I'm switching everything to LEDs.
Yeah, which I'm really excited about because fluorescents yellow my white lingerie and fade everything else.
So we'll be slowly getting rid of that. So the lighting's going to look a little different in the stores. Mm-hmm. So like I said, so you've got the stuff that deals with fire, and then you got the other stuff I'm dealing with different lighting. Yep. And I know normal stuff. And then at one point I'm going to have to tell everyone hey, do we have snow shovels?
Yep.
Stores?
I know, right?
I hate that meeting. That meeting where I have to bring up are we ready for winter?
It's going to be a hard one. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to that, but it's supposed to be really yucky.
We've had a couple of weenie ones. So I think even if we had a normal one,
that 2012
people are gonna
2013, the one that went till May.
2013 because I was moving.
Yeah.
And it was really snowed twice in May.
And 2011 is when I busted my ankle, so that sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
That year, my husband, who loves Minnesota, would never move, was talking about moving.
Okay, everybody, it's a happy thought. The state fair starts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's think a happy thought.
Yeah, happy thoughts.
I'll be there Thursday.
Oh, do you guys know about costume llamas? I've never seen a pinup llama, but maybe someone will do it. But the 4-H on Wednesdays, they dress up the llamas. And then they do matching or coordinating costumes.
That's fantastic.
Hilarious.
Yeah, look it up, folks. You will. It really, you got to get there early now.
Especially when the llamas
don't want to move.
No, sometimes the dresses get under their feet. and they don't know how to like
get out of it.
Get out, and they're just like, they're just like their feet are going everywhere,
Somebody
and then the dress is
going to protest and call this llama abuse. You just wait.
Oh, these are llamas that are like their pets. You know, these 4-Hers, they like live with their animals.
It's
you know, but can you imagine making a costume for a llama?
I think it'd be phenomenal. I hope somebody does that for the circus.
Well, you should talk to them.
Well, I mean,
are
we really prepared for that level of...
If they already have their costumes.
I mean, like, how do you... I don't know.
No,
but if they already have their costumes ready from the state fair, then they can come with their llama costumes.
As long as they come with their scooper, I'm cool.
I know, right?
Okay.
Special thanks to Christi from Grinky, Grinky.com and GrinkyGirls.com. And we'll post all that. And the
pictures make an excellent Christmas present.
Just saying.
Thank you.